Hey YouTube, let's get right into it. Hope everyone is well. So Forbes, there's an article that I'm going to talk about, or actually read, relative to Bitcoin. Starbucks. Well, this is as of May 13, 2019. This article was, issued. Starbucks, Nordstrom, and Whole Foods now accepts Bitcoin. Just don't ask them. It is a freakishly hot May afternoon when Cameron Winklevoss decides to quench his thirst with a tall brewed coffee from Starbucks and just a little bit of cream to round it off, as he says. The temperature has shot up to 20 degrees since the day before and is 20 degrees hotter than it will be the day after, too. With his twin brother Tyler and a small entourage in tow, the 6'5" Cameron abruptly stands up from a proportionately giant boardroom table at the swanky New York offices of Gemini, the brothers' cryptocurrency exchange, and makes for the glass door in the glass wall that encloses the immaculately shiny room. During a brisk 2-minute walk through the hip Gramercy Park neighborhood, Cameron passes two gyms before entering a Starbucks on the corner of Park Avenue South and 23rd Street in the same building as the IMG modeling agency that represents Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot and the Spin Ping Pong Lounge owned by the actress Susan Sarandon. Moving quickly past a chilled glass case holding cookie dough cake pops dipped in melted milk chocolate and donut cake pops and strawberry frosting topped with giant rainbow sprinkles, he approaches a counter where an infrared Honeywell scanner sits sandwiched between bunches of ripe bananas and Starbucks branded sugar-free chewing gum. As the song Work by Rihanna blares through the coffee shop speakers, Cameron orders the small cold brewed coffee he'd been craving and takes out his phone. He brings up the beta version of a new app called Spedden, built by little known payment startups Flexa, and waves a QR code in front of the Honeywell scanner, paying for the drink with a cryptocurrency he and his brother invented that's powered by the Ethereum blockchain. In some corners of the world, what has just happened would be considered historic. He turns around like a proud father and smiles. We're finally realizing the promise of crypto and payments, says Cameron. It's taken a long time, but as you've seen for yourself, we're here. It's a total win for the merchants. The transaction was effectively free. The problem is, Starbucks, along with every single one of a huge group of giant enterprises now accepting cryptocurrency as payment, seems to be having trouble admitting what they're doing. As a photograph of the recent as a photograph of the receipt for the transaction was taken, one member of the Winklevoss entourage recommended that Cameron cover up the Starbucks logo with his thumb. They're not participating in the first announcement, she reminded Cameron. In the days that followed, neither Gemini, which is custodying the cryptocurrency, nor Flexa, the company that built the app and signed up the enterprises participating in today's launch, were able to get any of their own clients to confirm via email, yet alone talk on the record. Nevertheless, all evidence points to the fact that as of today, some of the largest and best known companies in the world are now accepting Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, and the Gemini dollar, a cryptocurrency backed by real US dollars stored in a State Street account and built on top of the public Ethereum blockchain. Receipts provided to Forbes from a few of the hundreds of beta app testers confirm that crypto purchases were made at GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Whole Foods. Emails from Barnes & Nobles, Office Depot, and Nordstrom were also provided by Flexa to confirm the store's participation in the project. In total, 89% of the beta users spent cryptocurrency at, at, at least one of the locations announced today, according to Flexa data, with 81% of those spending multiple times at more than one location. Companies now officially accepting these cryptocurrencies, according to Flexa, are Barnes& and Nobles, Baskin Robbins, Bed Bath & Beyond, Caribou Coffee, Crate and Barrel, Express, GameStop, Jamba Juice, Lowe's, Nordstrom, Office Depot and Office Max, Petco, Regal Cinemas, Ulta Beauty, and Amazon owned Whole Foods Market. And of course, there's Starbucks, in spite of not being part of the official launch. In total, nearly 100 stores are expected to start accepting Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies via the Spedin app by the end of this year. The cryptocurrency industry has historically overpromised and underdelivered, says Gemini CEO Tyler Winklevoss, 37. And this is one of the first times we're actually delivering on the spend use case of using your crypto. To be perfectly clear, this is a big deal. For an industry born in anonymity and mystery, grown by crypto anarchists and tested in the fires of black markets in the dark corners of the deep web, this is the beginning of a new phase of mainstream acceptance. But also, to be clear, none of the companies have independently confirmed they are accepting cryptocurrency. In spite of Cameron's purchase, Starbucks, the only company that responded to our request, claimed they are not working with Gemini or Flexa. One possible reason is that in August 2018, Starbucks announced it was a founding partner of a competing cryptocurrency exchange, Backed, and would help the New York Stock Exchange spin off, convert digital assets into US dollars for acceptance as payment at their stores. So how is Flexa already letting Cameron Winklevoss pay for the Starbucks coffee with crypto, and how are the 15 other enterprises also doing so? First, users need to download the app from Apple's App Store, then send it their asset of choice from any cryptocurrency wallet. While Gemini custodies the crypto funds, Spedin takes care of the payment itself by generating a one-time QR code on the phone screen, which is scanned by the participating store's existing scanner, debiting the amount charged from the customer's account, while the customer gets a receipt showing the purchase as a gift card. Spedin settles the payment with the merchant in the preferred currency at a later date. There are two main reasons why these merchants might want to use a product like Flexa, according to its CEO, Tyler Spalding, or competitors such as BitPay, Coinbase, or CirclePay, the last two of which also have their own stablecoin called USD Coin. The first is that because cryptocurrency transactions are permanent, they give Spedin the certainty it needs to decline requests that funds be returned, a process called chargebacks. Consulting firm Javelin Strategy estimates that chargebacks cost merchants $31 billion in 2017. We have a verified irreversible payment, says Spalding, which is not possible using any other current method. Spalding, a former NASA researcher and a director at Lockheed Martin Space Systems, says the second benefit to merchants is that it only costs his company about 4 cents to process any payment of any size, with average interchange fees in 2017 ranging from 22 cents and 52 cents depending on the transaction value and the percent fee, according to U.S. Federal Reserve Bank data. There's plenty of room to negotiate and still turn a profit. For larger transactions, the profit for Flexa could be massive, and so could the savings for merchants. Whatever they're paying now, we want to go lower than that, says Spalding. To give an idea of what's at stake, $5.93 trillion dollars in traditional credit card payments resulted in $88.39 billion in fees in the US alone, according to a 2017 Nielsen report. Spalding was first inspired to Bitcoin payments as a result of Game 7 of the 2016 World Series between Cleveland Indians and his beloved Chicago Cubs. It had been 106 years since the Cubs had won a World Series, and as 40 million viewers tuned in to watch the game on television, tickets to the game were selling for as much as $50,000 a pair, with worries over fraud rampant. A lifelong Cubs fan who grew up in Chicago, Spalding and his wife flew to Cleveland to watch the season-clinching historic game. At the time, Spalding was the chief technical officer of gift card startup Raise and was already familiar with alternative means of payment. So when he found a season ticket holder willing to sell him 2 tickets for $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, he wasn't surprised and jumped at the chance. This was a very high value, very risky transaction, and this person is saying, number. I want crypto. I'm sorry, number. No, I want crypto, says Spalding. It was perfect. A Chicago Cubs victory, and 2 years later, he co founded Flexa. Spedin is the first app powered by Flexa Network, an Ethereum based payments network similar to Visa or MasterCard, but for spending cryptocurrency to build on the network, Spedin and others are required to lock up its native FlexaCoin cryptocurrency as collateral. The apps need to pledge within the network to allow their apps to spend, says Spalding. In addition to giving builders access to the network, the token was sold to Pantera Capital and others to raise $14.1 million in private initial coin offering to pay for development and compensate the founders, among other users. About 15% of the total coins in existence were sold during an ICO, which valued the company at about $80 million at the time. Over the week before today's announcement, the price of a Flexa coin actually dropped 30% to 0.0053, according to price site CoinGecko. But over the past 30 days, it increased 108%. While today's crop of giant, well-known companies accepting the Spedin app is certainly the largest, highest-profile group to ever accept cryptocurrency, they are not the first. In fact, this is really the latest in a second wave of companies to do so. Early in the history of Bitcoin, a number of high-profile companies, including Cheap Air, Microsoft, Overstock.com, Reddit, and Expedia, started accepting cryptocurrency. Venture-backed Open Bazaar is an online market that lets its vendors accept a wide range of cryptocurrencies as payments for goods. But in 2018, as the price of Bitcoin collapsed from 19,000 to 5,000, Expedia, Reddit, and a flurry of other companies stopped accepting the cryptocurrency, citing lack of interest due to price volatility. The mantra of the time was HODL, a misspelling of the word hold, meaning not to sell or spend cryptocurrency. The app's name, Spedin, derived from spend, is a play on this mantra. One big difference between the first generation of companies accepting cryptocurrency and those announced today is a relatively recent invention of stablecoins like the Gemini dollar and USD coin, which gives the users benefits of crypto without the risk of fluctuating prices. Our dream one day is to allow any coin to be spent at any merchant, says Flexa co-founder Trevor Filter, not just in the US but across the entire world. So there you have it, people. There you have it. Let me know what you think about this article. Apparently, Bitcoin is making its move into retail. Leave a like, share, comment. You could even dislike. But most importantly, make sure you remain well. Take care.